Red. Uh-oh.
I'm grateful too. So thank you.
We're almost there. I typed a little bit too fast, so my what you call it ain't gonna be right. Okay. All right. We're live on YouTube right now. So those people that are with us participating as far as YouTube is concerned, they're here. And then those of you that are here live with me here on uh, Zoom, we want to thank you for being here tonight. I'm gonna anybody that knows me and knows how I operate. I think I do a pretty decent job of teaching, and I do a pretty thorough job of bringing things to the forefront. It just so happened today, uh, a lot of things have disturbed me tremendously about the transition of in the announcement since Joe Biden has been announced as president-elect of the United States, which congratulations to him and VP elect, Vice President elect Kamala Harris. I think it's a long time coming. Um, I'm very proud of her. I want to say that first and foremost, that a lot of people are running around here talking about, oh, she put a lot of black men in jail and this and that. She was an attorney general, y'all. Okay. Attorney generals put the bad guys in jail. Black or white, they put the bad guys in jail. And I don't have time to go back over the bills and stuff like that, but this lady has I'm talking about our vice president elect, has a tremendous track record when it comes down to law and order. And she took down some crime families, some pretty big time crime families there on the West Coast in San Francisco and various other places that is associated with San Francisco and in Tucson City, California, different areas down there. I'm very familiar with that because I'm in Portland, Oregon. So I'm very familiar with the scene on the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest. So Kamala Harris has a tremendous track record when it comes down to law and order and so on like that. And we ought to be very proud that this um, woman of East Asian descent and Jamaican descent at that, because she's a real black woman. I know a lot of people have questioned that. They're like, is she really black? Yes, she's a real black woman. Okay. So, yeah, we should be like jumping up and down, like, you know what? This is awesome. And truly, to be honest with you, during the entire 4 years of Mr. Trump's presidency, he did something that was unprecedented. And I give him a lot of credit for that. And that is that he knew how to work the media. He knew how to spin the narrative. Something could be blue and he would say it's red and everybody would believe it. He was really good at that. And then you have to understand his experience in television and his ability to be able to be trained to spin the narrative. So I personally was not surprised at anything that this particular president did or said. It just kind of like made me sick because he went a little bit way too far quite a few times. And but anyway, I was never surprised about what he did. Okay. So that brings me to where I want to talk tonight. Um, Unless we get into a deep discussion, I'm not gonna like make everybody go to scripture, but I'm just gonna throw scriptures out there and let you guys think for yourself. Okay. The first one that I want to throw out there that everybody has forgotten about is Revelation 13. Okay. That is probably one of the most telling chapters in end time prophecy I've ever read. Why? Because it tells us about the dragon, who is Satan, Hasatan, and two beasts, which are represented as the false prophet and what we call the anti-Mashiach or antichrist, as some people call. This is the beginning of a 42-month reign that must take place in the earth realm. Okay. Now, this is Bible we're talking. This ain't no make-believe stuff. This ain't no all of a sudden revelation that somebody just came up with. No, this is actual Bible. So you have Revelation 13 chapter, you have Revelation 14 chapter, you have Revelation 17 chapter, which all speaks of the period of transition, or as we call it, tribulation. And in those periods of tribulation and those transitions, we're seeing a change of the guard, if you will. Now, the truth be told, when we shift in the spirit realm, it's a little bit different than chasing demons, okay? A lot of people want to chase demons. Ruby Red, she here. I'm about to say some funny stuff, so y'all don't pay her no mind because I'm gonna crack her up. But a lot of people like to chase demons, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you are reading the Bible right now and you're following the course of where we're at right now, you shouldn't be chasing no demons, okay? Because reality is you should be setting up for the kingdom. All right. See, this is the hour where Yahuwah himself will give permission to demonic forces to reign on earth. Now we get into the nitty-gritty. There's nothing that you can do to stop this inevitable reign. That's one of the reasons why I'm really bothered by what people are saying now with the new president, with President-elect Joe Biden, a man that we know quite well, a man that's been in government for over 40 some years and was vice president to Barack Obama for 12. And I'm just surprised at what I'm hearing people say, because they're like, oh, well, we're going to see how he does. We're going to see how he does. Are you serious? This guy was vice president for 12 years. Okay. What more do you need to see? He's just going to carry out, excuse me, the policies that he does. And y'all have to excuse me. He's, by tradition, he's a moderate. And I don't have time to break all that stuff down tonight, not unless somebody asks the questions. But he's a moderate. Moderates traditionally stick to old traditional values. They're not like the other part of the Democratic Party, which is progressive. That's what Bernie Sanders, Alexander Cortez, and all them, that's what they are. They're progressive. And then you have another part of the Democratic Party, which we call the liberal folks. So I think a lot of people are really getting mixed up about what a progressive is opposed to a liberal, opposed to a moderate. Now, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. were very adamant about not trusting moderates, okay? Because you have to understand, during their time, the Democratic Party was known as the Dixiecrats, okay? The Dixiecrats were a racist bunch of politicians that had money. And they carried out their task very well at that time, to kind of stop Black people from actually going up, okay? And Lyndon B. Johnson actually signed the Voter Rights Act, which we're still fighting to this day. We're still fighting that one to this day. The Voter Rights Act was reneged, reshuffled, and all this other stuff during a lot of different periods in our time, which it's 2020 now. So like the fact that we're actually that there's a bill sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk right now that was a bill that was revised from 1968, is pathetic all by itself. Okay, very pathetic. So we're looking at different levels, and this is the thing about where I'm really having a problem here these past couple of days, because a lot of folks don't have enough information to say some of the things that they're saying. So let me destroy a couple of more myths, and then we'll associate this into the end time. At no time have I ever, and I've worked in the government myself, no time have I ever heard the Democratic Party ever support abortion. Let me make that clear. They do not support abortion. What they support is the freedom and the free choice of a woman over her body. I believe that. So if you want to shoot me, go ahead and shoot me. Because I believe that a woman should have the power to make the decision over her own body. Now, whether it's a sin unto the Most High is between that woman and the Most High. It ain't for me to throw out judgments on that type of subject. Because, and I'm going to tell you why, there are circumstances that happen, such as rape. Okay? And that is an emotional circumstance and situation. I, as a man, have experienced rape. Okay? I've been raped before. So I know what it's like to have somebody tear into you and just don't give a care. So I can only imagine as a woman how that feels. And then depending on how the circumstance goes, you can wind up getting pregnant. And these are some realities. I mean, that I don't think a lot of people are really paying attention to when they talk about this stuff, the way they talk about this stuff. Okay. Some real stuff that's going on. So first of all, I just really want to put that out there, because that's one of the big number one talking points that a lot of people have against the Democrats. Okay. And then the talking point that a lot of people have against Joe Biden is this 1994 crime bill that everybody wants to talk about, that nobody even read and don't understand what it's about. At the time, the Republicans were very, very good on crime. So all political games have an end game. So the Democrats had to become what we call strong. Okay. They had to become strong. So the Democrats decided that they were going to collaborate and pass this crime bill, because at that time there was a lot of dope going on. I mean, people act like the dope game never happened. And I'm just so laughing at people, because I mean, for a long time, crack was king, and people were making thousands and thousands of dollars a day off selling crack rocks. So what that crime bill did was it alleviated and it arrested people that were trying to do it. Now, unfortunately, like all these other bills that are out here, it got caught up, and some innocent people were caught in the crossfire. That's any bill. We're talking about government sanctioned stuff. It's never going to be the same. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. You're just not going to get it right, y'all. You're just not going to get it right. If we think that the Democrats are right and the Republicans are wrong, we think the Republicans are right, Democrats wrong. It's just the wrong attitude, people. It's the wrong attitude. Then with that crime bill, Joe Biden has made public apologies and said that they didn't do the right thing. Now, I've heard the man on national television say we didn't do the right thing, and he was going to try to make up for it. He is trying to make up for it. There's a lot of gray areas that a lot of people are looking at and they're not looking at. Now, how does this pertain to end time prophecy? It's real easy, people. 2020 is the year that we're in. 2020. So that means that a lot of the stuff that we are worried about today, we should have been worried about many moons ago. How long have we been dealing with homosexuality, people? Forever. How long have we been dealing with situations with immigration? Forever. How long have we been dealing with, matter of fact, I got a good one for you. How long have we been dealing with police brutality? Oh my God. I don't even want to count the years because I'll probably put some people to shame. Okay. These are things that matter. But when you're talking to folks in the indigenous communities, and when I say indigenous, I'm talking about Native American and African American and some, different type of Jamaicans. That's what they call us, Jamaican people. We've been dealing with this for a long time. And the truth be told, it's not going to change until you change the entire system. That would actually mean gutting out an entire governmental system. And guess what, y'all? The way things are going now, that ain't happening. I don't want nobody to get hyped just because Joe Biden is the president-elect and get to thinking that, oh, he's going to change things magically. It's just not going to happen. I mean, really. First of all, the numbers ain't there for him. Okay? And I'm not talking about the Congress and the Senate. I'm talking about the powers that be that work beyond the Congress and the Senate, the banks, for one, and the different commerce people and so on like that, healthcare providers. These are the people that actually run this country. Okay? Don't get it twisted. These are the people that actually run this country. The people that got the money. The folks that are running the services that we need right now. We're in dire need of a change when it comes down to healthcare. We're in a dire, desperate need. And that's because a lot of people cannot afford their medicine. And they're sick. Heck, COVID-19. And a lot of folks ain't going to like what I'm getting ready to say about this, but this is a fact. All COVID-19 has done is expose the lack of adequate health care to low-income people. That's all it's done. Because if you look at the people that recover from COVID-19, and I was talking to a pastor today, and I believe he had contracted COVID-19 at one time, and he came out, which that's a tremendous blessing all by itself. But it depends on what stage of COVID-19 he was in. And not only that, the faith system that he had. And not only that, the faith system that he had. That's tremendous all by itself. But that's just facts. There is no cure. There is no cure. I mean, how many times have we heard they talk about this vaccine? I'm not taking the vaccination. Well, good, because they ain't got one. Okay. You ain't got to worry about taking something they don't have. All right. And then when they get one, that's your choice. Because there ain't no way in the world, because I've heard this one before. I'm telling y'all, I'm getting ready to make y'all laugh tonight, but I'm going to make a lot of sense with what I'm saying. A lot of folks say, I'm not taking the vaccination because they're putting the mark of the beast on you. Come on, people. They actually going to put a chip in a vaccination. Wow. Y'all must not know too much about anatomy. And I got a couple of smart people on here tonight, smarter than me. I mean, I'm like, how in the world do you put a mechanical chip in a liquid and actually make it, boy, girl, bye. Okay. I mean, the Super Friends didn't even come up with that. I'm just like, what the hell? Are you serious? That really floored me right there. I was like, wow, seriously, people. Then I heard a Jamaican pastor that I know very well because she's really silly. I'm gonna tell you that now. She's a very silly woman, and she made a comment on Facebook that if Joe Biden is in the White House, she gonna quit ministry.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said. I say hallelujah, because she ain't worth a damn no way. So it's like, bye, go. If this all it took for you to go, then he should have been there a long time ago. You waste of breath. I mean, really, you're just a plain waste of breath. The only thing you did was put a name to yourself and get out of here and lie and cheat and mess up people. That's all you done. Get on Facebook, and every time I turn around, and this particular pastor, she just gets up and says all kinds of stuff, and she got a Jezebel spirit.
Oh, no.
I mean, this woman is terrible.
Chief Apostle.
And yes, ma'am. Yeah, you know I'm wrong. Don't go there. And what? And I don't want to call nobody out, but one of the young ladies that's very dear to me has called this particular pastor out on several different occasions, or has done it, and she's gotten rebuked by this lady. But she ain't too much different than the people I've dealt with. And some of you guys that know me, you know I done dealt with some witches, some wicked witches. Okay. And I mean, if Joe Biden getting elected gets rid of all of them, oh Lord, Joe, please stay. Because these folk, man, they need help. I don't know. I don't even know why they even have the nerve to say I'm in the gospel. Okay.
That's
just pathetic. I mean, I couldn't believe what I seen this for myself. And this lady, I can't quote verbatim all of what she said in that post, because when I read the part about her quitting if Joe Biden's stays in the White House, I thought that was the stupidest thing I ever seen in my life. And I stopped reading it from there. Now I said, oh my goodness, are you for real? Seriously? Wow. I mean, I didn't stop when Trump became president. I didn't stop preaching. What is wrong with you crazy people? And then all these false prophets. Oh my God. Which brings me to one particular person, Paula White. I hope Pastor Paula, because she likes to sneak around and watch me every once in a while. Okay. So I pray and hope that she's watching me right now on YouTube. Paula, honey, I called you a harlot back in 1992. And it's 2020 and you ain't changed because you're still a spiritual hoe. Okay. And for you to get up and prophesy and invoke different spirits and all this other stuff, you're the reason why a lot of people don't even want to be bothered with spiritual folks.
True.
You're the main reason why. You getting up here doing all this prophesying. And all these prophets that all of a sudden appeared on the scene. Oh, when everything cleared, they're not going to steal the election from Trump. People, is there a case of dyslexia that I'm missing here? I mean, did I miss something? Because how in the world are you going to steal something that can't be stolen? That's how conspiracy theories get started. And that brings me to the point. Prophet Althenia is the only other person that knows that word that I can't even get it right. The prophet I was listening to early this morning, he said there are prophets and pragnition. I can't even say it. What is it? Yeah, something like that. Pretenders. Okay. I mean, why is it there? What is it again? Say it again.
Prognosticators.
Prognosticate. That's it. Thank you, Ruby Red. I can't get them words, but I'm sure gonna depend on you. Okay. Listen, how you gonna be prophesying through the news and not through the Lord?
Okay.
I mean, do you not realize that most people prophesying today, I say about 86.2 of them are prophesying from the news and from things that people that they heard from people? It's like, are you guys serious? Like, wow. And we got intelligent people following these people?
But Dr. Kiva, a lot of times they read the posts that other people put up that from what they heard. So they say, for instance, you put a post on, I put a post on, so they take a piece from what you said and a piece from what I said, and then they call themselves put a spin on it, and then that was caused the confusion even the more.
Yeah. In other words, a liar.
Still a lie.
Yeah. And I'm just, I'm kind of tired of it myself, because this ain't the first time we've seen this stuff happen. Like, this has been going on for quite some time, and nobody's put a stop to it. That's the ugly part about it. And everybody just runs with the flow. I was talking with Prophet Althenia. She was showing me some posts that she put up back in 2017, and I think she went as far as like 2016. Some of the posts that she put up, very accurate prophecies. As a matter of fact, I didn't see any prophecy that she showed me that I disagreed with, not one. Especially the main prophecy that probably got her in a whole lot of trouble, and that was she called President Trump a pharaoh. Ooh-wee. Now, wouldn't it have been something if she'd have went in details and called him Ramesses? Let my people go. Ooh-wee. That's pretty, man, that's pretty deep when somebody called somebody a daggone pharaoh. Ooh-wee. And see, already, I'm telling you, already, I'm starting controversy. Already. Because there's somebody that's getting offended at what I'm saying, because they're saying to themselves, well, the Lord showed me. Honey. If the Lord gonna show you something, it's gonna line up with what he's already written. Honey. Y'all stop following these fools that talking about they feel something in the spirit. They can't back it up in the word, man. Y'all better stay away from these crazy nuts. I used to have a lot of respect for Sid Roth until he let all these crazy people come on his TV show and talking about they see angel dust. I thought they were talking about the drug. They actually saw glitter coming from heaven. I'm sitting there like, They putting all that stuff up in their nose and talking about they see the Lord. What's that? I didn't know what they were talking about. Then I heard some African dude getting on there today. Well, I don't know if the show was today, but he was on there recently and said, "Oh, there's a November surprise coming in the election." Guess what the November surprise is? Y'all gonna laugh. He said that all the liberals were gonna say that they're supporting Joe Biden publicly, but secretly they were going to go vote for Donald Trump, and that there was going to be a sudden wave and rush, and Donald Trump was going to triumph. Yeah, I heard it. Wow. Show did. I'm gonna find out exactly which show it is, and I'm gonna post it. False prophet. You just missed it. I mean, like, wait a minute. Let me put my hand up. He missed it. He just messed it. And why does everybody think all Democrats are liberal? My goodness, man. I mean, like, come on, people, read some books. Jesus. Man. That's just like saying all Republicans are conservative. We already know that ain't true, because some of them cheating on their wives and got babies in the campaigns and everything else. Just like preachers.
Wow.
They do it all the time. And it's funny because when a politician does it, it destroys their career. When a preacher does it, they just lie about it and move on. Oop, I didn't say that, did I? You're a pretty good liar. You'll be a good public speaker. I mean, I just gotta call it like I see it. If you're a great liar, you'll be a tremendous public speaker. Tremendous. You will. It's just a fact of life. I see Bishop Paul Burns here, and like, I doubt very seriously if a lot of people can measure up to Bishop's dedication in dreams and visions, because he got to be living some type of consecrated life. Okay, he just don't appear to some people all the time. But these cats, man, they can get up and have 5 babies on their wife, and the wife never leave them. And all of a sudden they done received a vision from the Lord. Man, whatever happened to more of the, what you call that word? Ruby Red, Bishop, y'all can help me out. Clarity, moral clarity. That's it. Whatever happened to that? You know, where they used to tell you to put, zip your zipper up, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm just floored. Because these people are allowed to prophesy, and they're believed. But then you get people like me, Ruby Red, who else on here? Apostle Timothy Shockley, Prophet Althenia Israel. We say something, and all of a sudden we get thrown away, and people block us and kick us out their church. Oh, somebody know what I'm talking about tonight. So my thing is, when are we going to have the discussion? I'm hoping that by me doing this tonight, it's going to open up some windows of discussion in a lot of different circles, because we got to look at the why factor. Before we can look at the who we believe in factor, we got to look at the why factor. I'm telling y'all, when I seen that post from that crazy apostle in Jamaica today, it set me off. And I'm praying y'all gonna think I'm a bad person because I'm gonna say what I feel right now. I'm so praying that she quits. One less person I got to rebuke. Because if she ever get on the platform with me, I'm gonna tear a new one. Woo wee, y'all quiet. Maybe because y'all know most of you know I mean what I say. Okay, please. And if I was to call this lady's name out, some of you would know who she is. That's why I'm not gonna call her name out. But yeah, that part. Please go. Do us a favor. Drop down like Batman. Drop your lifeline.
Maybe she needs
transform. Just go. I mean, it's exposure time, y'all.
Yes, it is.
You know, and don't get me wrong. I'm not speaking from a political standpoint of view. I'm speaking from a kingdom standpoint of view. And for us to think that the world is getting ready to get so much better is unscriptural. Okay. Because we still got the anti-Messiah that's got to come to power. Now, I said this to another pastor today, and I really appreciate him. He didn't totally agree with everything I was saying, because we have to learn how to disagree to agree. So he didn't really, get with everything that I was saying, which is cool, because he admittedly told me that he really doesn't read the book of Revelation. He admittedly told me that. So by him telling me that, I was like, man, I appreciate you telling me this, because now I know which way to go with you, because I'm getting ready to open your eyes to a lot of different things, because he was making the statement that we need to come out of the political type thing, because politics and the kingdom of Yah don't have nothing to do with each other. And if anybody's ever been taught with me, that's a lie. Because politics and religion have everything to do with each other. As a matter of fact, they're going to be the catalyst for the anti-Messiah to come to power. As a matter of fact, who is the richest church on the planet? Anybody can tell me that? Anybody dare to say that?
I think it's the Catholic Church, ain't it?
You got it.
Yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
Got more money than any church on the planet.
Yeah.
Even the Muslims can't compare to them.
Right.
And what was it? Not even 3 weeks ago that Pope Francis made the declaration that he was not against same-sex unions. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is funny. Let me show you how slick Pope Francis is. He didn't say nothing about no same-sex marriages. He said same-sex unions. Mm-hmm. Okay. So in other words, you ain't gonna come to him and he ain't gonna marry you. But he ain't got no problem with you being together. Woo-wee! People better read that between the lines, boy. I mean, and this particular Pope, he's been so different. I mean, like, he does a whole lot of stuff different. He took away the title Holy Father. He took that away. Then he took away the because all the popes wear different types of jewelry and stuff like that. Well, he don't wear the traditional fisherman ring and stuff like that they normally wear, because he said he wants to be transparent to people. Man, if anybody got a spirit of discernment, can't you see how they setting things up to make people and draw them in? Okay, because see, whether you realize it or not, Christianity and Catholicism are two different things. They're not the same, because Christianity don't worship the Holy Mother Mary, but Catholicism does. Right. theology does not believe in a confessional, but Catholicism does. As a matter of fact, I'll go way deep on you. Catholicism does not believe in the continuation of the fivefold ministry. Because in their, because I got the books right here on my desk right now. They believe that the bishops are divine and are divine successors from the apostles, because the apostle Peter was supposed to have been the first bishop of Rome, and he in succession moved on and gave Ignatius and Polycarp and just not just the Maccabees, excuse me, Josephus and all them guys the key to be the early church fathers. And they got a whole document about that called the Diacoty, which is also called the Teaching of the 12. And you can go online and look it up for free. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I got a little sense. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, this is what we're reeling ourselves into, Apostle Shockley. This is what we're reeling ourselves into in this day and time. People are pulling back on their dogma only to get people into their witchcraft, and then all of a sudden bust them wide open. Because they say they don't believe in prophecy, but they sure letting these people prophesy. That's the funny part to me. How you gonna be against something that you don't understand, and you say it don't exist no more, but then you letting people do it? I mean, oh my God. I wish I had every meme that had been sent to me from yesterday, from the declaration of Biden being president. I wish I had every meme, because most of them was just too much. I couldn't even keep all that stuff in my daggone phone. I was like, wow, for people not to even believe in the power of the blood, they sure is calling Jesus' name. Wow. It's hilarious. Everybody know Jesus now and don't even worship him. Oh, the Lord. Oh my God. I'm just, y'all better go ahead and talk to me, because I'm telling you, I'm cracking up at these people. I am cracking up at these people. I am. But I'll say this first too. Prophet Althenia, she's probably, I don't know if she's available or not. She might be tired. I'm not sure, but because this stuff is draining. It truly is. But I just wanted to point out some of the prophecies that she had made. And Apostle Shockley too. I've heard him prophesy a couple of times too on some stuff that is coming to pass like right now. Because Apostle Shockley is another kingdom teacher, just like me. And it ain't that we making predictions. It's just that when the Spirit gives us the utterance to say certain things, that's what we do, and we just put it out there, and it's happening. And I'm just amazed at how people just falling for the okie doke, just falling for it. I'm telling y'all, if more preachers would say I'm quitting ministry, we'd have it made out here. We would. Telling you, I'm just waiting for a whole bunch of them to quit. I am. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I agree with you totally. I really do. You know, I've been quiet all day long. I guess, you know, a lot of people have been sending me all kind of information and sending me all type of problems. I actually had a pastor in the city where I live in called me up and was prophesied to me about what was going to happen during the election. I listened to him, but I never said anything. He said that He said that God showed him personally that Trump was going to be in office. And the first thing I thought about was the scripture said, God, he said, I'm not a man that I should lie. No,
Right.
the other man that I should repent. If he said it, then it's irreversible. If God said it, it's irreversible.
Wow.
It's irreversible. It's going to happen. It's not going to be compromised. It's not going to something going to interfere. If God speak it, if God said it's going to happen, even Hasatan himself can't change it.
No. No.
So,
sure.
I've been, and I did reply to a lot of them, and I told them the same thing that I'm saying now. I said, you can't prophesy off of your feelings. You can't prophesy off of your feelings and then put God's name on it and say that He told you that.
No.
You gotta, if you're gonna prophesy, you gotta make sure it's coming from the spirit of prophecy, which is Yeshua.
Man, look, wait a minute now. Man, you done messed me up. Okay. Look, how they gonna be prophesying and don't even believe in the Messiah?
Right.
I'm like, nah, you wait a minute. Your lifestyle is just dirty.
Right.
Just plain dirty. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You ain't committed to one woman. You don't have one man. You out here smoking and doing and drinking and all this little crazy stuff. And then you talking about the Lord still speaking to you. Well, yeah, it's a God speaking to you, but it sure ain't the one that was in Nazareth.
Exactly.
Man.
So I just been blown away, by all of this, even, and I tried to explain to one pastor. I said, now it's a difference in making a prediction than to put God's name on and say He told you this.
Yeah.
I can make a prediction, but because that's the way I feel.
Right.
But if the Ruach spoke to me and said this is going to happen, then it's going to happen. It's going to be irreversible. So God. So I just found out. And the reason I was quiet all day today because I realized that there's some people that I got to separate myself from.
Yeah. Same here. Here. It's just it's very draining. It is. It's like I never really cared about a lot of stuff up until now.
Yeah.
There's some things I was like, for God I live, for God I die. That's just the way my mindset was. But now it's like, man, what newspaper article am I going to believe in today? Because they show coming up with some stuff. And I said this, Apostle, a long time ago. Got me in trouble with my own folks. Ruby Red, she on here, she'll tell you that. Got me in trouble with my own folks. And I told these people, I said, look, y'all stop making predictions with these prophecies. Stop doing that. Because one thing that the Bible tells us that I stand by is that we are supposed to submit to those that have rule over us, no matter who it is. Now, whether you like President Trump or not, he's been the president. Okay. Now, what he do with his mouth, that's on him. Okay. Because, yeah, that part. But as long as you not trying to get a coup and overthrow the president and stuff like that, you only got one president at a time. Okay. And I respect that. I totally respect that. So it's like the misorder and the miscombobulation, people are justifying their wild, lewd behavior to the fact that they don't like a person or the fact that they don't agree with a person. I know there's a lot of people that you know within my own ranks that don't agree with me all the time. But guess what? I deal with it.
Right.
Okay. Everybody that follows me is not a Joe Biden supporter. I got a lot of folks that support Donald Trump that follow me. Does that make me an enemy of the state because I got people that follow Donald Trump? I mean, really? Wow. And then, so if that's your candidate or whoever your candidate is, it don't matter. I mean, it's nothing wrong with you praying for your candidate. You know, pray for them. That's what the Bible tells us to do, is to pray for our leaders. You know, but I ain't gonna back you up in your lie. Okay. I'm just gonna take the high road and kind of sit back and not even make a comment. Okay. I'm gonna be like, you know what? That's you. Okay. And then I'm gonna pray for you. And that's what I think a lot of the Trump supporters need to do. And I really wish they would, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not about being a Democrat. It's not about being a Republican. It's about, in this country, it's about being an American. So America's got to come together one way or the other and deal with what's at hand. You know, we can't continue to go with this propaganda, and then all these false prophets keep on pumping themselves up saying, well, yeah, I've got the answer. Nah, man, you're just going by what somebody said on the news, or jeez. This one person told me, he say, yeah, they did cheat. I said, who cheated? The Democrats, they cheated. I was like, how? I'm gonna find out, but they cheated. But you can't tell me how. Don't make accusations that are unfounded, people. Okay? If it comes out that they cheated, okay, we'll deal with it then. But as of right now, there ain't been no evidence. And it is what it is. I'm not getting paid by the Biden campaign or the Trump campaign. So I ain't finna lie for none of them. Okay? So whatever. Do what you do. You know, if you want to jump on top of stuff. As a matter of fact, they say Trump was out playing golf yesterday when they made the announcement. He wasn't even at the White House. He was out playing golf. I was like, well, at least somebody got some sense. I wasn't paying no attention either. But the rise of these false prophets is like really pathetic. And I done basically put my preaching shoes down and then pulled out my rebuking shoes, because somebody got to stop these cats, man. I mean, like, it's too much. It's way too much. Whatever happened to being raised up in ministry and having a spiritual father, spiritual mother, and you being groomed and taught and nurtured and all the other stuff? Nowadays, Apostle Shockley, they get a call on their life, go get a business card. They running around here doing independent ministry, ain't got no covering.
That's right. You're right. You're exactly right.
Look, Ice Cube has got the contract to Black America, right? And you know, Black Lives Matter, they've been trying to, some of the same things that that Ice Cube is talking about in that contract. The Congressional Black Caucus was talking about the same thing. Black Lives Matter was talking about the same things. In other words, when you go solo, you're so low that you don't even realize that other people have come up with the same ideas you come up with.
Right.
So you cannot really reach accomplishment without connection. And so that's what's wrong with a lot of the Black community. I'm just going to say that very strongly. That is what's wrong with the Black community. We come up with our own grassroots belief system and do our own thing, but we don't come together in no type of unity. And you wonder why 400 years of oppression is still going on.
That's right. That's true.
That's why. I mean, you watch what I say. Now, I'm a prophesy, and people are going to get mad at me when I prophesy this. Remember the George Floyd case? I promise you, each one of those officers is going to get a lighter sentence, including the one that had his knee on his neck. Uh-oh, y'all ain't ready to throw nothing at me through the screen?
I agree with you. I mean, the one that had the knee on the neck, he's already out of jail on and they allowed him to even go to another state because of the threat. So
already worked out a plea deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the thing is, the reason why I know this to be true, now this is not prophecy right here. This is word of knowledge. Police officers, especially in the state of Minnesota, have immunity. And as long as they have immunity, there ain't but so many things you can do to them.
Right.
I tried to tell people when they was talking about defund the police, I said, no, y'all using the wrong words. What you need to do is go after these police unions. Because if you go after them police unions, you mess with their pocketbook, I bet you'll change something then. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't fitting to get no senator, no congressman, no police officer, no military personnel to change their heart all of a sudden just because of morality.
That's right.
But if you put a whole shovel of load of money up in their face, they'll change.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't care what nobody say. There's about to be doom and destruction getting ready to come on the earth. Prophet, see, I don't like to take people's prophecies. I'm gonna quote who said it. Okay, you hear me, Apostle Shockley?
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Now, Prophet Althenia said and prophesied there was going to be civil arrest. She also prophesied that that Pharaoh was going to fall and that it would be a rise of calamity and disorder. I agree with that prophecy. I don't know if anybody else want to expound on that. Now, this is what Prophet Althenia was shown. Okay. And I totally agree with what she says because, it's just like a sleeping giant. Everybody sits back and they get comfortable. Oh, we got it made. We coming up out of this. But that's when the trouble really happens.
And I agree with you too, Apostle. Matter of fact, that I prophesied that a couple of weeks ago on my Zoom that I did a couple of weeks ago about that very same thing.
Yeah. I wish I had, as a matter of fact, I might have a couple of them, a couple of the prophecies that she sent me, because she screenshot some stuff to me. Let's see if I got it.
Well, Dr. Keefer, while you're doing that, I want to bring to your remembrance too, because in 2015, when you were prophesying to us that were on the line with you on our conference call, you mentioned after that there would be like a famine after the 2 years of flourishment with money. So I would to agree with what you and the other apostle have already stated tonight, along with the prophet, because you did say that in 2015, and you said get prepared, and I can go for you verbatim what you said: get prepared for a famine, and something about 7 was what verbatim you said, but it could be 3.5.
Well, let me expound on that. Famine actually is biblical because it's going to be a food shortage of supply. And see, usually we're sending food to Africa and all these other different places, you know, for whatever. But the United States is about to become a wasteland. Count on that. It's about to be a waste. Our food is already limited, people.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't believe me, go to your state food banks right now. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you see it for yourself, because if I tell you, you're not gonna believe it. I'm talking about the food banks. We ain't talking about the grocery stores. Okay, there's a limited amount of supplies, and ever since the pandemic has happened in March, they're not giving out what they used to give out because they just don't have it. Wow, isn't that something? All these people giving these spectacular prophecies right now, but they forgot about the one major prophecy that fits the end time, which is about food. I was looking at some stuff today about Jamaica. Do any of y'all know that Jamaica is going through hell right now? There's like storms left and right in Jamaica and tearing up roads and folks barely getting out alive. Yeah, running around the streets talking about Joe Biden. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Jamaica right now is going through a tremendous tropical storm. Tremendous. Oh, wow. Yeah. Then tore up roads and everything. I mean, it's really bad over there right now. And a lot of people are giving that to the sins of Jamaica. A lot of folks are saying that now the Most High is dealing with Jamaica. I can get with that. Yeah. I really can get with that, because there's a lot of witchcraft that's coming. I mean, a lot of witchcraft. I ain't talking about no little bit. A lot of witchcraft.
Now, is it out of season right now for the tropical storms or the hurricanes? Yeah. I mean, because I think it was like from September to August. I mean, September to October sometime, and then it's supposed to be out of season. So if they have a tropical storm now, that's out of season. That's something different there.
Yep. That's what's so amazing about it, because it's not supposed to be happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what's so amazing. And it broke my heart, because I was looking at actual footage from Jamaica today. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out why the news is not talking about this.
Wow.
I was hurt.
Yeah. My God.
I mean, it never fails. You get to talking about Black folks, ain't nobody gonna talk about the hardship. Never fails. But let that be America.
Right.
Lord have mercy. They have every camera and every whoever they can find. Sad, man. I mean, it's just, and we feed into the hype of it. And I look, I already know I pissed some folks off tonight. I know. Y'all should be used to that by now. I'm just really disturbed, because the more we continue to know that certain things are not what they are, and we promote it, and we don't say nothing about it because it don't affect us, then you might as well be a contributor to it. You know, and I just cannot sit back here and watch these people like Paula White, Sid Roth, all these other guys. I just can't watch them lie no more and not call them out.
Right.
And the thing is, I've been jumping on Paula White's case ever since '92. Okay. And then when I actually lived in Florida, when I was living in Lakeland, Florida, I was definitely somebody that was totally against her, because I got a chance to see firsthand the underhandedness of that particular ministry. Mm-hmm. So I've been on her case for the longest. And a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't be calling people out like that. I say, why not? I ain't got no money, so what's she gonna do? She can't sue me. What's she gonna sue me for? Tell her the truth? I mean, I've been calling that lady out for years. I have. When she had that affair with Benny Hinn and got caught in Italy, and then came back, and Benny Hinn felt sorry because he got caught and went running back to his wife, and then Paula divorced her husband and married some guy, some health guru.
Yeah,
I was like, she's something.
Yeah, she was calling up African spirits to help in the
Oh my goodness. That was just daddy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be calling up spirits from folks that you don't care nothing for. And then you're calling the wrong thing.
Right. Oh my goodness.
But may something, sir?
Say that again.
I said, may I say something?
Oh yeah, Nina, you may say something. Go ahead.
Well, firsthand, when you were speaking about Paula White, I was writing, so that, and I just wrote down the name. But you're dealing with people who think they have authority over you, over us.
Okay. She do.
Well,
what you talking about? Think she do.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know if I'm wording it correctly, but they think they have their standards are higher than ours. Oh, like they can be touched, they can't be touched by anything, or anything that occurs, they can't be touched with.
You want to know the only reason Paula White may or may not think that? Because Donald Trump made her a liaison in the White House. Because before that, she was just put white trash. Now, I'm just going to keep it real with you, because if it hadn't been for Bishop T.D. Jakes, she'd have never had the door open in ministry.
Right. That's true.
So let's just be realistic about it. And then when she got the door open at the White House, you didn't see her hanging at the Potter's house no more. So, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, and y'all ain't gonna like this. What I'm gonna say. Truthfully, I feel sorry for Donald Trump on that issue. I do, because Trump has never professed to be like a super spiritual, godly man. He's never professed that. So, really, to be honest with you, he don't know who to trust. And the thing, when you look at the people that he surrounded himself around, now let's keep it real, okay?
Yeah.
The people that he surrounded himself around, most of them people didn't mean no well for him, no way.
Yeah. They wanted his eyes.
They knew he was a showman. Yeah. They knew that he was the reality TV star, or the failed businessman, because I've yet to see anything he was successful with. But I'm just saying, they knew this, man. They took advantage of that man. If Paula White and them really wanted to do something for this man, like seriously, why didn't they sit him down and really counsel him and pray him through some stuff? Now they're gonna claim they did, but I don't believe they did.
It would be impossible, sir, because that means his walk, attitude, and speaking would be different.
See, Mr. Trump is finding out, like a lot of people are finding out, when you get to that level, you don't got no friends.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Even your family is your worst enemy.
That's true.
And that's where I feel sorry for him. Now y'all shook me. Throw me up into the gully. I still want to get the man saved.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I still want to get him saved. But I also, well, let's just put it like this. Look, we got a president-elect now, so that part is over. Okay? They can go fight in court all they want to. That ain't my fight. But my whole thing is, he who wins souls is wise.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I want to touch as many people as I can to open the door for them to be redeemed.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Because I'm an apostle, okay? Yes. And that's my specialty.
Yes, sir.
Taking impossible situations and making them possible.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about you, Apostle Shockley, but I get thrilled out of getting some of these rough people.
Oh yeah.
I
agree with you.
What fun is it to have all these saved people and you ain't got nobody that need to be redeemed?
Exactly. You know, and that's why a lot of these preachers, they need to get tired of preaching to save folks. They need to go out and redeem the times, preach to some people that's not saved.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
And see, and jumping back on Paula White, see, you had a spiritual daddy.
Yeah.
You can't go, when you go outside of your legal path,
mm-hmm.
and you get all of a sudden you grown and wasn't given the commission to leave the house,
mm-hmm.
oh, you're going to get burned.
That's right. That's right.
You're going to get burned. I mean, I had a spiritual father, matter of fact, spiritual father and spiritual mother, that I stayed up under for an essence of maybe 18 years.
Yeah.
And I learned just about everything. And when my spiritual father, my original spiritual father, passed on, he passed the mantle, to me. We didn't have no service. We ain't had no official service, or ain't nobody give me no scepter, and nobody gave me no ring or nothing like that. You know how these people want to be fancy. They want to make it official. They want to be like, well, yeah, you didn't go through proper affirmation. I'm like, oh my God, really? I had this. Oh my goodness. I'm glad Ruby Red here. I had this one bishop got mad at me because I wouldn't let him sign my paperwork for my apostles that I had ordained last year. So he said, because I didn't have 3 signatures on the paperwork wasn't legitimate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That Catholicism, that's what that is. 3 bishops. I said, dude, I'm consecrating apostles, not bishops. Come on, man. I'm like, oh, it's not, paperwork's not right. Yeah, but I'm more legal than you.
Right.
Okay. You got to go wherever you live. You got to register as a sex offender. Oh, I didn't say that. Come on now. You think I'm gonna let somebody like that lay hands on me?
No.
So I don't. But see, and Apostle Shockley will tell you too. When an apostle sets somebody forth, that's something totally different right there. Yeah, we don't go by that same stuff. I'm gonna tell you now, we might have somebody sitting up under us for like 2 or 3 years before we even think about it. That's why I don't nobody last with me, Apostle.
Hey,
They
I
get
agree
mad.
with you.
Yeah, I can't. I can't let you get out there any old kind of way. And now what they're doing, check this out. They can't become apostles with paperwork. So now they're switching over and converting into Messianic and Hebrew Israelite, and they become rabbis and mores.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the latest thing now. They've been doing that for a few years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They can't get nobody give them no paperwork as an apostle.
Yeah.
So they just leave the church altogether and start their own fellowship and claim to be Messianic or Hebrew Israelite, and they call themselves more.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to turn down several of them.
Yeah, because they come in with this destructive heresy.
Yeah,
just crazy, man. And why be a moray when you're a mess player?
Uh-oh.
I mean, you gossip worse than a little girl. Talking about you gonna be teaching somebody and raising somebody up. Raising up hell, that's what you're doing. My elders, we got right now we got Elder Kim Kerr, who's been with me probably 4 years or more. Didn't want to be an elder. And once I taught her how to be one, she turned out to be pretty effective, you know. And then I get even on here tonight, we got Bishop Paul Burns, who's, oh my goodness. Bishop, where you at?
I'm in Hereford now. I'm at home.
How long you been following me?
I seen something the other day that said at least 3 years.
Okay. I mean, been faithful. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? That's my I'll be picking everybody. Everybody be asking. I say that's my white bishop right there. It's like it's white bishop.
Well, it's okay.
But I mean, you've been faithful, demonstrated the ability of dreams and visions and prophecy, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a tedious process the whole way because you've had to go through things, you know, with your own family and to do this, to do that. It's not an easy road.
No.
And the thing is that when the Most High showed me the path for leadership to build up leaders, I already knew half of them weren't going to stay. I was hoping they would, but I mean, it was 2 other bishops that were actually set up the same way Bishop Burns was set up, and Bishop Burns is the only one left.
Oh wow!
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't see. Nina, you didn't know I had me a little white bishop, did you?
I was looking at it.
Yeah, that's part of Kingdom Building Institute right there. See, I wanted people to be able to see a diversity.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know, I never was all about just one thing, one people. Right. Now, Bishop Burns done heard me go off when it come down to Black Lives Matter and rights and stuff. Oh, he done heard me go in, like for real.
Yeah.
And he totally agrees with me. You wanna know why? Because he just because skin is pale don't mean, oh, let me hush. Looks can be deceiving. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like you got to stop jumping on the latest thing and stick with the thing.
Yes.
The Bible says in due season he'll raise you up.
Yes.
Because see, the method to my madness is I'm trying to build as many people as I can that can carry the message where I can't go.
Yes.
That's my method. Now, Prophet Althenia is my latest project.
Yes.
Because she has a tremendous gift of sight. But see, watch this, Apostle Shockley.
Right.
A lot of people think just because you have that gift of sight, they automatically call you to be a seer. They automatically say that. But guess what? The greatest seers are apostles.
That's true.
Come on here.
That's true.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people that debate about this on Facebook, and I've actually seen people, do what we doing now, the Zoom thing, and talk about seers. And I've been invited to a lot of those conversations, and I decline every last one of them because that's not a discussion that I really want to have publicly.
Right.
I would rather speak to the individual about it so that I can find out where they're at, and then maybe I can give them a self-evaluation instead of, going off in some tangent. But I see now, Prophet Althenia, there's no doubt that the apostolic anointing is on her life, and she eventually will walk in her true calling as an apostle. Because guess what? She's doing the work. She's already doing the work.
That's right.
And most of us that are apostles were doing the work way before we got hands laid on us.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say most of us. Probably all of us. and I know that and I say this and I'll let you guys go ahead and go on a tangent too. But I know that there's some people that probably don't agree with me, and they probably say, Prophet Althenia, who is she? That ain't your problem. You let me deal with that.
That's right.
Just because you see prophet in front of somebody's name don't necessarily mean that's who they are 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I evaluate people on my own. Isn't that right, Bishop Burns?
That's right.
That man right there, y'all may think I'm kidding, but that man right there has probably been more honest to me than what a lot of people have lied to me. That says a lot because there's been a whole bunch of liars around me. And the thing is, he don't ask me for nothing. He don't. Now, I'm gonna tell you what he do. I'm getting ready to put him out there. He'll email me and be like, I had this vision. And put it right out there. And man, we'll get into an email discussion. I like that because look, he's not pressing the issue and he's respecting my time and the anointing. And I really appreciate that because I didn't have to tell him that. That's just something he automatically did. And I'm good with it, I love him though. He know I love him too. Him and his family. Love him to life. Yeah.
Amen.
Man, so it's all good. And he the travelingest man I ever seen in my life. That's going to California one day, seaside on Oklahoma the next day. And don't tell him where he gonna pop up at.
Right.
But that's what it's all about. So I don't want to talk y'all all up and stuff like that. But yeah, I just, we just got to be a little bit more mindful of the conversation as far as prophecy and understand that we're not getting ready to come into this great promised land all of a sudden, and that we are definitely getting ready to go into some rocky roads. And my only advice, I know I got Apostle here tonight, Bishop, he's here also. If you guys want to give some insight into this, you're very welcome to do that. But my advice to people is stick with the word. When these people prophesy, check them out in the word. Don't take them at face value. Check them out in the word. And if you can check them out in the word and it's verified, you might have something there. But if there's no. Apostle, what you got to say about that, sir?
I agree with you totally. You gotta stay with the word. And I just want to add too that some people may stick with the word, but because their flesh is out of control, a lot of people prophesy from their flesh and bypass the word altogether. So we got to stick with the word, and if you know your flesh is out of control, go on a fast. Crucify that flesh. Go on a fast, and we being apostles and prophets, we have to do things that most people won't do, in order to make sure that we are actually hearing from the Most High.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of dedication, which I come to find out a lot of people are not willing to do. So
no.
I question the gift that's up on their life, because and especially apostles, because if you saying that you got the gift of the apostle upon your life, and you can't and you can't go through warfare, it makes me question. So my only advice is know what you're operating in. If you're not operating in the right gift, get out of it, because it's not gonna be easy, especially if you calling yourself an apostle, because you got warfare that's coming against you that if you're not equipped for it, you ain't gonna make it.
Man, don't even talk about warfare. I got a big old patch on my right now. Warfare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight warfare. I got holes in my body from operations and strokes and heart issues. Warfare.
Yeah.
Warfare, man.
That's right.
I don't even, and the thing is that what you saying, Apostle, is real, because a lot of times I don't even let the people know what I'm going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sometimes I just go through it quietly.
Yeah.
Because yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you was talking, I was thinking about a post that I had put up the other day. I said that my heart is heavy, and my spirit is troubled, and I had an influx of people inboxing me saying that they praying for me and this, but they thought it was related to the election. They had no idea. All I could do, it actually picked me up and made me laugh. Because they said there was one thing, but I put that out there because they don't know they didn't understand the burden that I have, the burden that I have for the people. It ain't got nothing to do with the election. Matter of fact, because I could care less who's in office, because my focus is
what difference do it make? No matter unless they calling somebody, unless they calling us in there to get saved, I don't care.
Right. And my heart was bleeding because over all the false prophets, all the false prophecies that was going forth, and I knew they was false, and my heart was just heavy because of it, And them same people that was making them false prophets, they the ones that was contacting me, come out, it's gonna be all right. We gonna win this election. You know, I just hang up on them because it ain't got nothing to do with that.
I tell you what, Brian Karn was the only one that was smart, because he told people, he said, I prophesied that Trump would triumph, but then I had a dream that I seen people calling Joe Biden the president.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he got out of that one.
Yeah. So I just want to just encourage everybody, you know, just working your call, you know, working the gift that God called you into. So, and just leave all this other foolishness alone. Stay with the word.
Yeah, Bishop, you got anything? Because you've been mighty quiet tonight.
No, I'm good.
That's Bishop, my dreamer now. He'll come up now. The spirit mess around and hit him. He'll get the prophesying. Don't let him fool you. He'll go there now. He'll go there. But see, I like that, because that's the element of surprise. Because when people see folk, they be like, "Oh, they ain't much of nothing." The next thing you know, when that spirit come in, you know?
Right.
I love it. I do. I love it. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? Nina, you've been maybe I've over-talked you. What you got to say?
I don't have anything to say, sir. What you said was dead on, and it's key. And we learn how to come together as the unit, we will always be misfit.
Well, that's kind of a interesting choice of words you just used. Misfits.
Well, I use the words misfits because usually a misguided person will follow anyone. They won't stay on one track. They'll try to stay on 2 or 3 or 4 tracks at a time.
Or they could be a hoarder and try to get everything that they don't have enough room for. I mean, I know a lot of people that got like 5 spiritual daddies.
Oh, wow.
Heck, Juanita Bynum had like 7 of them at one time.
Wow. But you can only listen to one at a time.
Okay, if you think so. Anyway.
I don't know. I mean, if I have 7 different people listening to at one time, I mean, wait a minute. I want to listen to one and be direct with that one and get what I have to learn from that one, and then I can move to the next one and keep going. But if you have
how about we just stick with the Holy Spirit and go from there?
I'll do that.
I mean, because nowadays, you know, whatever the hot title is for the hour,
yes, sir.
What people switch to. Because I'm gonna tell you now, be careful when you're talking about you want to be a bishop, you want to be an apostle. Because see, once you take on the mantle, you take on the burden. So I mean, I don't advise that for nobody, to tell you the truth. I really don't. Listen, I don't know who else is here. Anybody else got anything they want to add to Ruby Red? What you got?
Yes, sir.
What you got to say?
It's been very interesting. I am so grateful that I did get the opportunity to get on and be with you all tonight. And what we have talked about is very interesting, and it brought clarity, as you were talking about early, especially on the encouragement that the other apostle just gave us, Shockley. And so, you know, it's crazy how you have all of these people coming. You put your post on, you know what you're referring to, but how you have someone interpret it all the way wrong, and it was nowhere next to what you said. That trips me out. But he showed grace in how he had handle that. And so that was very awesome. So I wanted to say that.
Apostle Shockley got a whole lot more patience than what I got. He really do. I ain't never mad at Apostle Shockley because he could deal with something so smooth, and you guys would be like, why you don't never show no emotion? He do, but he just don't let y'all know what kind of emotion he got because he pretty cool, man. I've been that's my friend right there. Me and Apostle Shockley are covenant brothers, and like he know what to do. He know how to do it.
It took me a long time to develop that. It didn't come overnight.
Yeah, because I'm telling you now, I'm so learning not to raise my voice no more. I am.
I used to battle with people. I mean, it was like, I'm ready to put the gloves on,
Yeah.
But
you're teaching me because I want to be a Peter.
Yeah.
And I don't know how anybody feel about firearms or anything like that, but I'm the preacher that carried the firearm.
There you go. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, so and I'm a firearm instructor. I'm a United States concealed carry instructor. So I teach it and I license. So I tried. So that right there alone kept me kind of calmed me down from a lot of stuff. So I could deal with stuff from spiritual and a natural sense, because before then, I mean, especially if you came incorrect and you doing things that's not even scripture, I used to just battle you on,
Yeah, been there, done that. I used to be I used to be like, yeah, the Lord gonna get you.
Right.
Man,
I used to make my instructor upset when I was when I went to a Midwestern Bible seminary school, and I used to battle them all the time.
Nope. Been there, done that. I used to sit there because I went to Hood Theological Seminary in Salisbury, Carolina, and when I took hermeneutics, oh my goodness, that used to be a battle every day. Then they get talking about, well, you need to exegese the scripture. I say, no, what I need to do is get the revelation. They be looking at me like, this guy. But then I learned, you grow and learn. So
it's a learning process.
Yeah, it is. So we got I think, well, she's probably unavailable right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repost a lot of the stuff that Prophet Althenia gave me. And because I really think that everybody needs to see some of the stuff that she had put out there, Apostle Shockley, because it's amazing.
All right.
So I'm gonna really repost a lot of it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get some responses from it, because it's like, wow, that's all I got to say. I'm telling you, the favorite part that just wait. I'm just gonna have to put it out there, let everybody see it, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I see what he's talking about." Yeah, boy, she got some good stuff, man. And I'm talking about some stuff from 2016, And I said, well, you know what? I'm just gonna do that. I'm starting to learn how to showcase other people, not so much as showcase myself, but to showcase other people and their works. And that's, when you think about it, that's what apostleship is all about, And for those of you that don't believe in carrying firearms, which I believe everybody on here really actually does, because I see a couple of people. I ain't finna call y'all out, okay? But yeah, I already know what you got up in that house, okay? Yeah. Yes, sir. That's all right. Because I believe in that too. I believe in my Second Amendment right, and I believe in all that. Yes, I do. Absolutely. You're gonna take my gun, you couldn't take me. Okay.
Right.
That's the way the world is now, man. I mean, when they was doing all that looting and all this other crap out there, man, you better go out there and protect yourself.
Right.
They were getting buck wild out there at one time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we've been fortunate that it ain't been no real incidents here recently, but I don't think it's going to be. There's a calm before the storm. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just got to be prepared for that. So I do believe in arms. I do every bit. As a matter of fact, I've seen Apostle Shockley when you did some trainings on and took some pictures and stuff like that. I've seen that a couple of times. So yeah.
Right, yeah. I have a firearm page that I got on here on Facebook. I got two. I got a gun club called Kingdom Reload. Then I got my business page for the phone.
See, that's an apostle right there, y'all. Listen to what this man is saying. I mean, he's just not doing the church thing. He's actually doing the community thing. So, like, yeah, take a page from that, man. An apostle don't always have to be so far up in church folk. You could be in street folk and be effective in some of the projects that you have and still be apostolic. Literally. That's right. Man. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to leave you guys alone. Get up out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, back on my regular time, which is at 8 o'clock for the Eastern folks. We'll be back on at 8 o'clock. And then tomorrow we're going to get back into, more end time stuff as far as the book of Enoch. And we're going to be getting into the book of Yasher and stuff. Because we left off on Enoch, on Yasher, chapter number 3, talking about the life of Enoch. And that is important too, because of the lifestyle of Enoch being so disciplined. And I just really believe that in this hour, we need to learn how to be disciplined so that we can carry out what the Most High wants us to do. Okay. All right. And hopefully Apostle Shockley will be back with us sooner or later, whether he can't join us, but he'll be back. I ain't worried about it, because I see a lot of y'all be like, I want to ask him questions. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I try to come on. I'm trying to come on when because I work overnight, but on the night like tonight I don't work, so I can come on. Yeah,
we're gonna try to get that schedule where you can come more often. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I love it when you're on here. I do. I love it. All right. Well, I'm gonna pray and get everybody up out of here and send them on their way. To all the people that's on YouTube, thank y'all for joining in. Hopefully our discussion was really productive for you guys out there. I know it was. So don't hesitate to hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, several different media outlets that I'm on. So a lot of you guys already know where to reach me at. So just, hit me up on my inbox and let me know that we're influencing you and helping you. And we'll try to do more discussions like this, because that's really what I'm all about, is to get the input from what everybody really has to say, and then we go from there. Okay. All right. Apostle Shockley, thank you, sir, for being here. Apostle Ruby Red, thank you. Okay. All my other people, Prophet Althenia Israel, thank you. Miss Nina, I like to call her Nana, thank you. We appreciate everybody that's here tonight and that's here in the future. Hopefully, and I see Prophetess Cynthia Nixon. I think she's still here. Well, yeah, she's here. Prophetess Cynthia Nixon. She's down in Florida. That's one of my humble beginnings right there when I was first came into another area to teach. So Prophetess Nixon was one of the very first people that I actually trained in Florida. So I'm just really happy that she's still hanging in there and doing what she needs to do. Okay. All right. Love everybody. Let me pray and get you guys up out of here. Heavenly Father, we thank you and we give you all the glory and the honor because you're omnipotent and you're awesome. You're truly a mighty God. And so tonight, we thank you for the information that we have received and all the edification. So let everything that has been spoken go into the hearts and the minds of the people so that they can do the application of everything that has been said on this night and every night. In the mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach, we say, amen, amen. Hallelujah. And you guys be blessed. Pastor Shockley, I'll talk with you.